YouTube. This is Cal 2012. It is April 9th, 2012. Okay. A couple of things I wanted to talk about. First of all, I want to bring something up that I've heard a lot of people utilize on YouTube, on just everything. It's the term hope. People really want to utilize this term a lot. You know, Obama utilized it with hope and change and all that kind of stuff. And everybody in their daily life utilizes this word, term, descriptive daily. Do you really understand what hope really means, what it really is? We all pretty much know the story about Pandora's box. You know, Pandora opened the box and you had the 7 deadly sins and all that neat stuff. And she released them out into the world, but closed it right before hope got out. Okay, so we still hold on to hope. Now let's look at that. Hope to me, and to a lot of people, means that you're waiting for somebody else to take care of the problem. Alright? I hope that this will happen. I hope that this person will be taken care of. I hope that, you know, this doesn't happen. I hope that this does happen. For anything to take place, there must be action. Okay? You have to put energy into it. Alright? Not only mental or spiritual, but physical. We are a being made up of 3 different parts. Okay? We are mental, physical, and spiritual. You leave any one of those 3 out, nothing really succeeds. Hope is a weapon that's utilized on people. It's a very powerful word. You know, I listen to Cliff High a lot with the Webbot Project, and whether or not he's accurate in some of his predictions, the one thing that's intrigued me most of all is understanding linguistics and understanding the power of words on the human mind and the human psyche and the human subconscious. Hope is one of those words. Hope is the sin that allows all the other sins to take place, all the other sins to flourish. Why? Because it tells the individual that they're weak and can't do it alone. Okay? They're weak and they can't take care of it. They're waiting for somebody else to do it. They're not strong enough. Now understand that when we're saying waiting for that person or waiting for that thing to happen or that, you know, that event to take place that changes everything, when we're hoping for something like that, we're not making it take place. We're not putting ourselves in there to do it, to truly change things. It would be nice if everybody could agree on what to change. But, you know, here's the thing with religion and spirituality and all these things, we're never going to totally agree on everything. But there are a few key things that we need to agree on. And that is whether it's one individual or a collective of individuals finding small common goals. You can create positive change. You can create the change that we're trying to find. Okay? Don't hope for somebody else to take care of it, because hope in and of itself creates weakness. And I know people are going to sit there and say, well, we pray to God and we hope to God that He will take care of it, or we hope that when Christ gets back, that's our hope that He's going to deliver us. Really? Is that what you think He wants? The goal of every parent is to be able to watch their children stand on their own. Male or female. Stand on their own. To be able to fight their own demons, even though we want to be there. We know that they have to be able to stand on their own. Now with the ultimate father, ultimate mother, whatever you want to call it, don't you think that that would be their ultimate goal? How many times does a creator have to come in and save their children? Don't you understand that if we don't take care of these issues ourselves, how can we expect to have a place in God's world? Okay? It's an odd concept to understand, because people automatically want to attack me and say that that's not Christian, that's not the Christian way of thinking. And don't get me, I understand the fact that before you can lead, you first have to follow. Okay? Because when you're following, you're learning how to lead. Because you're learning to understand the psyche of other people and the world around you and everything that you can utilize and so on and so forth to benefit yourself as well as your group. And then you take a leadership role. Okay, I understand this. We can't expect others to do what we're afraid to do. Because that's what it boils down to. It's fear. Everything that's going on just in the United States, I'm not even going to talk about the rest of the world, just the United States. All the legislation going on, all the bills and executive orders that are being passed to give power to the elite and criminalize everybody else. We are so afraid of losing what we have left that we won't stand up. And so every little bit that's taken away from us weakens us that much more. And it has through our entire existence. We say we fight. And we do. We put out the information. But we're still scared. The truther movement, the patriot movement, all of these different things. Now everybody's worried about being labeled as a homegrown terrorist group or something of that nature. So now everybody instantly, once that stuff started going through, instantly everybody was, I'm not a truther, I'm not a patriot, I'm just putting across my opinion. Okay. So you don't want to take a label, because labels can be utilized against you and labels can become illegal. and hence you become a criminal. Now you can stand there and you can legitimize that to yourself all you want to. You say, well, if I go down then I can't get my message across, blah, 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 blah. Be honest. You're scared. 5 years ago when we started this, we could speak out all over the place. Label ourselves, name ourselves, and everything else. But now when we put a label or a name on ourselves, they instantly take that label and name and now make it a legal premise to attack us back with threats and so on and so forth. And they put a fear into you. When you're doing the right thing, when you're doing the right thing, don't be a Judas. Okay? When you say you're going to stand for something, then stand for it. If you take a name or a title, own it. I'm a truther. I'm a patriot. I'm a birther. We've got a lot of names out there. Take your pick. Okay? Don't stand there and throw out your patriotism to everybody with a YouTube account. And then every time it becomes inconvenient, you change your status. You change who you are. You're adapting to survive, is what you're doing. They're pushing you farther and farther underground instead of standing up and saying you are who you say you are. When somebody sits there and goes, you know, I can make that illegal tomorrow. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm not really that type of a person. I just kind of speak my opinion and okay. If you say that you are somebody, if you take on a title, when things start to get just the slightest bit hairy, if you turn on that, and that's not to say if they come knocking on your door and everything that you can't step away. If you've got a lot to lose, I can understand that. You put your time in. Case in point, Doc, who was around when I first started doing videos, and he went through a lot of stuff, and then they came after him, and he finally did, you know, one last little video and says, look, you know, here's the deal. They've threatened my family. They threatened to take away what I have left. I gotta do what I gotta do now to keep my family together. Of course, he was dying too. He wanted to spend his last remaining time with his family. Everybody's going to have their varying opinions on that, and that's all fine and good. So 2 main points in the video. Quit hoping for things. And be who you say you are. Alright? This is Kel 2012.